Hey guys, welcome back. I'm Rick, the Honest Mechanic. Thanks for joining the channel. And today we're going to have a little bit of a storytelling and an explanation of how a CV carburetor works. Stay tuned. Okay, so before we get into the description of how a CV carburetor works, I'm going to get to why this thing is half apart right now and why I have a story for you. So if you guys haven't already watched my 4-part series on the 350 Big Bear restoration, check the links down below, they're in the description, and I think you're going to like that little series that I made. But on that last video that I did, my wife was driving this one, and she actually got stranded on the trail. I had to turn around and go get her because, of course, I was the older bike, so I went forward, and I wanted to make sure that I wasn't going to be stranded. So I let the newer bikes kind of follow me through, but yeah, actually the Big Bear did really well. It didn't break down. So I'm going to try and explain this best I can from my wife's perspective, and you'll see why I was kind of confused as to what the diagnosis of it was. Give me a second here. Let me get into character. So this is my wife after I get there. So honey, what's wrong with the bike? Well, I don't know, I was just driving down the trail, you know, and everything was okay. It was holding my speed, and all of a sudden it just bogged, just blah. Okay, that seems really weird. I mean, it was running fine before. Yeah, and then all of a sudden it just died. It just died. Did you perhaps maybe hit the kill switch on the left side by accident? You mean this one right here? Yeah, that one right there. No, I didn't touch that at all. No, I don't think I did. Okay, so will the bike actually start? Yeah, it starts fine. So what seems to be the problem? So as I'm going through on the trail, it'll bog, and all of a sudden it goes pow! And it really scares me, so I just stopped and I'm waiting for you here now. Okay. So I'm not actually very good at doing theater. Hope you enjoyed that little section. But anyways, that's exactly what he was doing, because we traded bikes. You go down the trail, it would just come to a bog. No power. If I wanted to keep it running at that point, I had to pull the choke. And luckily for this one, it's got an adjustable choke right on the handle. So that was the only thing I could do to kind of keep the bike movable. It would barely engage the clutch. But then it would actually backfire really loud. So we ended up towing it and getting it to the next, actually I was going into my camp. So we actually got it to camp, and I pulled all this apart with a screwdriver, believe it or not, because these were actually just as simple as my Big Bear. And this is what I found. So I'm stranded, right? So I take the tank off because I know at this point it's a carburation issue. Like I said, you just have to remove the tank. There's just 2 bolts back here that hold it in place, and then you got these 2 little big dowels that have some rubbers. You can kind of see them here. They just stick in there. So I don't know why I did it this way, because it's not a way I would normally ever do it, but I took apart the rear and I got my fingers in here and I pushed up onto the plunger, and I noticed that the plunger would not go up. And knowing that this is a CV carburetor, which means, and CV by the way stands for constant velocity, this is what I found. Actually, what you're going to see is my repair to get it out of the bush. The spring was actually broken. So the spring, if I go into my, find my new part here, this is a $20 spring. But the spring looks like this, still in the bag, mind you, but it's obviously not broken or taped up. This actually made me, got me out of the bush, so I can't really complain about that repair. But yeah, it broke in half, and half of it ended up lodging itself sideways like this, which would at that point prevent the plunger from going all the way up. And by the way, guys, the CV carbs, the way they work, so there's, I'm going to see if I can get my camera in there just a little bit better for you guys, because I really want to explain to you why this is so important. Alright, so right up here, this is the throat of the carburetor. This is where all the air is coming in. Right at the top there, once everything is sealed up and you open that throttle, and by the way, when you're opening the throttle on this thing, it's actually a butterfly. Let me get the camera all the way in there. It's a butterfly right here. See that? So when you open this up and you're allowing airflow through, what you're doing is you're creating a vacuum above in this cap, which raises this needle. And by raising this needle, you guys see right down in there, you will see the jet, the main jet. That will give you fuel, which would then make its way into the cylinder and get burnt. Well, if that spring had prevented it from going up, well, of course, I wasn't getting enough fuel to keep the engine running, or at least running well. And the way I was able to keep it running with the choke is there's a bypass in this. There's a circuit for the choke alone, which is actually an enricher. And all I was doing is dumping more fuel. But of course, that wasn't enough to actually, climb any hills or anything more than, about 5 kilometers an hour. So, but that's just a really brief explanation of how CV carburetors work. So with a new spring and hopefully a non-destroyed diaphragm, because I was a little bit concerned that when that spring broke, it would have poked a hole. But I don't see any holes in this, so we'll be okay. But yeah, if there's any hole in here, that would obviously not create a good enough vacuum to get full power. So that's always something to look for when you take these apart. But also, guys, when reinstalling that spring, it's a good idea to get your finger up in that throat and make sure that it goes up and down freely and it doesn't get binded, because yeah, sometimes it's not easy to get that spring to take its place. Yeah, this is kind of a little impromptu video, guys, just of how these things work and what I came across during my filming of another video. But if you guys like these little impromptu videos, let me know. Put it in the description down below. And as always, thanks for joining me, and I hope to see you in the next video.